Divisory.
Yes.
That's the first time I have got your name correct, which is quite amazing.
it's fabulous.
For me. Thank you, thank you. You brought the wonderful Alexander Beagle in to see me and to see us for a treatment. He will be forever etched in my brain for one of the most amazing treatments and the most amazing feelings I've had from treating a dog. Perhaps you can expand on that from your perspective, what you saw with a little bit of background about him.
Yeah, so Alexander is he's had a very exciting life. I say exciting in the sense from a human perspective. It brings out all kinds of emotions in me as well.
Yeah.
Alexander is a laboratory released beagle. Laboratory released beagles throughout their life, they're born at a breeder's place and then they're sent to a laboratory either to be used for breeding or to be used
for more dogs to be
for more so they need a test and control,
Yeah.
and so you have one set of dogs that are used for breeding, one set of dogs that are singled out for testing.
Okay.
Alexander was used for breeding initially.
Do you know why they use beagles?
Yes, they do use beagles simply for multiple reasons. A, the size is standard.
Okay.
A medium-sized dog, not too big, does not take too much
Okay.
space. They're also quite calm, and by ancient history, because it's an ancient line of dogs, they believe that if you take a good breed of beagle, then most genetic traits are bred out, the negative genetic traits are taken out.
Okay.
Also, beagles are more friendly as
Yes.
a breed,
Yes.
and they're more stoic when it comes to handling.
Well, it's certainly stoic.
Yes. So Alexander has known nothing but sitting inside a cage, which is just about the size of his body. And he'd sit with his two front paws for years on end, the same way. They would get bathed with a hose, which is released on auto-released at times of the day. They're not brought out for bathing, and chemical antiseptics, whatever. The only time they're handled is when they're vaccinated or when they're checked for medical statistics, and when they're tested.
So how many would be all together?
There could be, it depends upon the batch in the pharmaceutical factory, or they're tested for pesticides, human, they're tested for medicines, and they're tested for cosmetics.
Okay.
Alexander was there for a heart medication.
Yes.
So once he was used for breeding, he then was brought in for testing. He was singled out for testing. So he had an open heart surgery and he had electrodes planted.
One of
inside
which
his
was
body.
palpable. Here,
Palpably
wasn't it?
visible.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Alexander's understanding of humans is when a human touches me, it's either to vaccinate me, to feel me over,
Yep.
or to give me medication. Something that's painful, something that's otherwise I'm left alone.
Yeah.
In a sterile environment which has zero stimulus, because he used to be inside a cage in a laboratory, just white walls and
All
simple
he could do
cages.
was sit in a hunched
Sit
position
in a hunched
or lie down.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
That's how he's been for 7.5 years of
Yes.
his life.
So you brought him here
Yes.
because he does have muscular issues, obviously.
Yes.
Apart from the fact that he sat like that for 7 years, so his posture was very stooped.
His
he had a very
posture
low
is there.
head carriage.
Yes, and he had pain. I am a canine behaviorist. I run the urban dog, and I noticed that he was very reclusive towards humans because he associated touch with pain. So we generally tend to, pet a dog or scratch a dog, but he would always think that that's about pain because he has problems in his neck, and we assume he had problems with his hides. He had torn ligaments from weak musculature. That's when I was quite sure that you and myotherapy would be able to help him, Julia. And I was very, very moved at the entire session that we had with you, and I'm very, very thankful on Alexander's behalf as well as my own.
Wow. He was a joy.
Yes, so Alex does not allow anyone to approach him except me. I'm the only person that he would trust, and he's been with me for just a year. You were the first person he allowed to touch, and within 10 minutes of being in the room with you, to me, that was earth-shaking as a moment. And not only did he sit next to you, he also allowed you to touch him all over, which he has never allowed anyone. He just goes and hides. It was a very, very moving moment for me to see my dog allowing touch.
I think all of us.
Yes, it was quite moving.
Yeah.
And to
including,
be
including the woman behind the camera,
yes,
who was
yes.
very much part of the snivelling bunch.
Yes.
Yeah.
But not only did he allow touch, he kept going back and asking for more, which he sat there using the same stoicism that he's been taught from the laboratory days. He actually sat there right next to you. He didn't move, although
No.
you were giving him the
I
choice to
know.
move.
Every time he was allowed, I went round him,
Yes.
and he could have moved.
Yes.
And what really shocked me, and what I had a feeling was, that he did it on his own, because
Yes.
I asked you not to sit next to him.
Yes.
Which was a bizarre thing for me
Yes.
to say, and yet he still managed to
He did.
come up and sit next
He
to
did.
me.
I am completely in awe of you and your work. And
It's them. It's them.
it is. But what I wanted to tell you, Julia, is that it isn't just Alexander. There are over 242 such
I know.
laboratory-released beagles. I know Alexander is a little bit of an extreme case,
Yep.
but there are younger dogs who, after what you've taught us, we've realized that they're in pain.
Yes.
It's one of my projects now to ensure that we create awareness amongst these, we call them freegles.
Freegles, I like that.
Free beagles, we call them freegles.
Yeah.
There is an entire group called Freegles of India.
Good.
I am going to be walking in there.
Is it spelt F-E-A?
Freagle.
Right, okay. I put an R in that. Okay.
Yeah, Freegles of India, we call it. And my mission over the next few months is going to be able to build awareness around myotherapy to get these freegle parents to be aware of signs of pain in their dogs.
Well, anyone just needs to sit like this for 7 years and not be able to lift their head.
Yes.
They're going to feel
They're-
what every beagle feels.
No, and there are other signs too. Like you
Of
said, they
course.
get a little hyper, they
Yeah.
chew their front thing, they destroy stuff when they're in stress, and they pace in circles whenever a human approaches them. Alex couldn't, he had bad hinds, but there are others who don't have
Who
as
display
bad a
other
hind,
things, yes.
but they do other things to avoid humans. But we think it's simply because they're afraid of the humans, but it could so palpably be signs of pain
Yeah,
and the
absolutely.
association of human touch with pain.
exactly.
So as a behaviorist and as everything that I've learned around myotherapy, I'm quite sure that we can help the freegles a lot
Let's hope so.
with this.
And I want to thank you very much for first bringing him here, introducing us to this, and also introducing us to freegles. I know the Beagle Association at home, who we have close contact with, will be very keen to hear about
So
what you
the
do.
rescue group that has done this is CUPA, the Compassion United for Animals.
Right.
CUPA. They have been planning this in India, and they're a very, very dedicated bunch of people. But even more than that, Julia, I wanted you to know about the aftermath of that one single session.
Oh
that you
yes,
did.
please tell us. Yes.
Yes. After Alexander he's a dog that's very timid. So the smallest of sounds he kind of wakes up and looks around and stuff. He slept for 14 hours straight. 14 hours straight. I would go and check to see if he was fine. No, I didn't touch him, but I would look. And he was sleeping peacefully. He got up, went straight around, wagged his tail, walked around his entire compound, and I was coming for today's class.
Yeah.
And he actually followed me to the car. He is terrified of the car. I can only assume that his association with the car from the last instance was that he'd come to you for the session and he liked it. He came. I was heartbroken I couldn't bring him the second time. But he asked to come.
That is so special.
And to me, that's wonderful. Needle movement straight there from one session.
Yeah.
He approached 3 human beings.
Really?
Yes, my neighbor, the guy that
And they
cleans
would
the
have known
floors.
him.
Yes, they were quite amazed to see that he walked up right up to them and sniffed their feet. So yes, I can thank you. I just have to thank you for
Well,
it's and it's done good for him in just one session. I intend to learn more so that I can benefit him and more like him. I'm very, very
No, that would be
committed to
amazing.
that.
That would be
Simply because I
fantastic.
saw that change in that
Yeah.
one time.
Well, thank you so much for agreeing to
pleasure.
talk to us. It was
My
just
pleasure.
lovely to
My
meet
pleasure.
you and lovely to meet Alexandra. And
Yes.
give him a hug if you want one. From all of us, or just
Yes.
say hi.
He doesn't like getting
No, I
hugs,
was going to
but-
say he wouldn't like
but
that.
he gets a kiss on his forehead
Yeah.
from all of us.
That would be